Do you know what time it is? I said, do you know what time it is? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for some Dehannis Cowboys baseball. The playoffs start now. Yeah!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, live from Jordanton High School for Game 2 of the regional quarterfinals between the Bruni Badgers and your Dehannis Cowboys, as the Cowboys won Game 1, 11-2, as we are getting ready to start Game number 2, as they won Game 1, over the Badgers, 11-2. Getting a start on the mound for the Cowboys is number 22, Leighton Herman. Behind the plate, Will Shavi at third base, Rain Redden at shortstop, Eusebio Tapia on second base, JJ Garcia at first base, Jaden Puente. In the outfield from left to right, Aiden Nita, Dante Diaz, and Marcus Hernandez. Once again, we're back for Game 2. Bruni Badgers versus your Dehannis Cowboys, as the Cowboys won Game 1, 11-2 over the Bruni Badgers. Cowboys are Game 2 designated home team. Shortstop. And leading off for the Badgers is number 4, Rudy Vergara. Once again with Leighton Herman getting the start on the mound for the Cowboys. So this is Game 2 of the best of 3 series, with the Cowboys winning Game 1, 11-2. Rudy Vergara at the plate for the Badgers to lead off the game for Bruni. Herman with the windup in the pitch, high for ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes on the batter. A pitch from Herman. Vergara swings, pops it up. And JJ Garcia calls everybody off to make the catch for out number 1. And up next is number 13, the catcher, Chase Moore.
Chase Moore.
Herman with the pitch. Inside for ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes on Moore. A pitch from Herman. just missed outside for ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes on Moore. The pitch fouled back, brings the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Herman with the windup and the pitch. Moore hits it, fielded by Redden at third. Redden's going to fire it over to Puente for out number 2. And up next is the second baseman, number 9, Jorge Presa.
Next is number 9, right? Presa.
Herman with the pitch. Curveball in there for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike on Presa. The pitch from Herman, swing and a miss for strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes on the batter. The pitch. Presa swings, pops it up, and Garcia calls everyone off. And he makes the catch for out number 3 as we head to the bottom of the first. You're watching the Hennis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, live from Jordanton High School. Getting start on the mound for the Badgers is number 4, Rudy Vergara. Behind the plate, Chase Moore. At third base, number 3, Daniel Cepeda. Shortstop, number 7, Jaime Loro. Second base, Jorge Presa. First base, Esteban Chapa. And leading off the inning for the Cowboys is the center fielder, number 13, Dante Diaz. First pitch in there for strike 1. And Diaz sends a shot right past the second baseman as the ball makes its way into right field, and he's going to stretch it out to second safely. Oh, a double for Dante Diaz. And up next is the pitcher number 22, Leighton Herman.
Next up, number 22, Leighton Herman.
The pitch gets by the catcher. And Diaz is going to advance to third on the pass ball. So 1 ball and no strikes on Herman, with Rudy Vergara on the mound for the Badgers. The pitch, Herman swinging a miss for strike 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike on Leighton Herman. Dante Diaz on third. The pitch catches the inside corner for strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Herman. The pitch, Herman hits it, and the ball will make its way into right field for an RBI single as Dante Diaz comes in and scores. And up next is the catcher, number 11, Will Shavy, as Cade Henry will courtesy run for Leighton Herman on first base.
Courtesy run for the pitcher. Next up, number 11, Will Shavy.
The pitch, high and outside for ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes on Shavy, with Henry on first. And Vergara steps off the mound and checks Henry back at first. And he's going to be safe underneath the tag. So 1 ball and no strikes on the batter. Henry's making his way towards second, swinging a miss. And Henry's going to be safe as he steals second.
Henry still second base. 1-1.
Vergara with the pitch. Inside for ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike. And they're going to check Henry back at second. He's going to be safe underneath the tag. So the count remains 2 balls and 1 strike on Shavy. Henry with a good-sized lead on second. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes on the batter, Will Shavy. The pitch, caught the outside corner for strike 3, and out number 1. And up next is the shortstop, number 3, Eusebio Tapia. Rudy Vergara on the mound for the Badgers. Checks the runner. There's a pitch outside for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes on Tapia. The pitch, high for ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes on Tapia. And they're going to check Henry at second once again. And Henry's going to be safe. So 2 balls and no strikes on Tapia. With 1 out here in the bottom of the first. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Tapia. The pitch, outside corner for strike 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes on Tapia, with Henry on second. The pitch, Tapia hits it right up the middle, fielded by the shortstop, fires it over to first, and they're going to say they got Tapia out at first for out number 2. And Henry's going to advance to third.
Play at first base. Nice play by.
So Cade Henry on third, and now coming to the plate for the Cowboys is second baseman number 2, J.J. Garcia.
Brings up number 2, J.J. Garcia.
First pitch, caught the outside corner for strike 1. The pitch, strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes on Garcia, with Henry on third. The pitch, Garcia hits it, and it's going to find a hole to left field, and Henry's going to come and score on the RBI single by J.J. Garcia.
Garcia with a base hit to the 5-6 hole. Front scores from third base. Brings up number 4, Rain Redden.
And up next is the third baseman, number 4, Rain Redden. First pitch, caught the outside corner for strike 1. The pitch, Redden hits it deep to right and finds the gap in between right and center. Garcia is going to come in and score. And Redden will have an RBI triple.
Triple scores Garcia.
And up next is Dalen Gonzalez. The pitch, caught the outside corner for strike 1.
Next up, number 8, Dylan Gonzalez.
The pitch, swung, chopped foul down third base side. It's going to bring the count to no balls and 2 strikes. Vergara on the mound for the Badgers. No balls and 2 strikes on Gonzalez. The pitch high, gets by the catcher. And Rain's going to hold up at third. So brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Vergara delivers a pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. As we head to the top of the second, Cowboys bring 3 runs in and lead 3-0. You're watching the Hennis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back. Leading off the inning for the Badgers is number 8, Jaden Guardian. With Leighton Herman on the mound for the Cowboys, Will Shavy behind the plate. Herman with the windup and the pitch. Guardian chops it down third base, foul. So brings the count to no balls and 1 strike on the batter. Herman with the windup and the pitch. Caught the outside corner for strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes on Guardian. The pitch high for ball 1. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on the batter. The pitch low for ball 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wind up in the pitch from Herman. Fouled back into the net. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch from Herman. In there for strike 3. And out number 1. And up next is number 14, Santana Gonzalez.
Brings up number 14, Santana Gonzalez.
Herman with the pitch. In there for strike one. So no balls and one strike on Gonzalez. The pitch from Herman. Swing and a miss for strike two. So no balls and two strikes on the batter. The pitch from Herman, high for ball one. The pitch, Santana finds a gap in between short and third and reaches first on the single to left. And up next is the first baseman, number 15, Esteban Chapa.
Next up, number 15, Esteban Chapa.
So Gonzalez is on first for the Badgers. The pitch from Herman. Popped up in the infield. Jaden Puente is there to make the catch for out number two.
Next up, number 3, Daniel.
And up next is number 3, Daniel Cepeda. The pitch from Herman, low for ball one. So one ball and no strikes on Cepeda. The pitch from Herman, Cepeda hits it, fielded by Tapia, bobbled by Tapia. And Cepeda's gonna reach safely on first on the error. So runners on first and second for the Badgers. And up next is the designated hitter, number 24, Crispin Castillo.
Brings up number 24, Crispin Castillo.
The pitch. Catch the inside corner for strike one. The pitch. Inside corner for strike two. So no balls and two strikes on Castillo. The pitch from Herman. Curveball high for ball one. So one ball and two strikes on the batter. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike three. And that's the third out of the inning. As the Cowboys lead 3-0, you're watching the Hennis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back. Leading off the inning for the Cowboys is the right fielder, number 1, Marcus Hernandez.
Leading off for Cowboys, number 1, Marcus Hernandez.
And Rudy Vergara remains on the mound for the Badgers. First pitch, high for ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes on Hernandez. The pitch, outside for ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes on the batter. The pitch, outside for ball 3. So 3 balls and no strikes on Hernandez. And Hernandez will make his way towards first as he draws the walk. And up next is the left fielder, number 5, Aiden Nita.
Hernandez draws walk, brings up number 5, Aiden.
First pitch, got the inside corner for strike 1. The pitch, outside for ball 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike on Aiden Nita, with Marcus Hernandez on first. The pitch, swung and foul tipped for strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Nita. The pitch, Nita hits it, chops it. Fielded by the catcher, Moore fires it over to first. And Nita's going to beat out the throw in time. And head coach Gilbert Garcia's going to come out and speak to the umpire and make sure he made the correct call. Now the umpires huddling up, discussing the play at first base. And they're going to say Nita is safe at first. So Hernandez on second, Nita on first. And now back to the top of the lineup with the center fielder, number 13, Dante Diaz. Vergara delivers a pitch, low and in the turf for ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes on Diaz, with runners on first and second for the Cowboys. Hernandez on second, Nita on first. The pitch, outside corner for strike 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch gets by the catcher. Hernandez will advance to third. Nita to second on the pass ball. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Diaz with no outs. The pitch. Diaz hits it deep to right field. It's going to drop in front of the right fielder. And Hernandez and Nita will come in and score. And Diaz will advance to second. And he's going to advance all the way to third on the pass ball. Now the ball was stuck underneath, behind home plate. Now they're discussing if Diaz should go back to second. And no, he's going to be allowed to stay on third base. And up next is the pitcher, number 22, Leighton Herman. With Dante Diaz on third base. First pitch, Herman swings and pops it up in the infield. And a miscommunication between the third baseman, the pitcher, and the catcher, as the ball drops foul. So no balls and 1 strike on Herman. With Dante Diaz standing on third for the Cowboys. The pitch in there for strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes on Herman. The pitch caught the outside corner for strike 3. And out number 1. And up next is the catcher, number 11, Will Shavi. Vergara delivers a pitch outside for ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes on Shavi. With Diaz on third. The pitch outside for ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch, Shavi swings and pops it up to right field. And the catch is made for out number 2. And Diaz will come in and score on the tag up. And the Cowboys now lead 6-0.
Shavi with a sacrifice fly, scoring Diaz from third base. Brings up number 3.
And up next is the shortstop, number 3, Eusebio Tapia. Swing and a miss for strike 1. The pitch caught the outside corner for strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes on Tapia. The pitch chopped over to Vergara. Vergara fires it over to first for out number 3. Cowboys bring 3 runs in and now lead 6-0. You're watching the Hennis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, live from Jordanton High School. Game number 2 of the best of 3 series as the Hennis won game number 1, 11-2. And leading off the inning for the Badgers is number 7, Jaime Laurel, with Leighton Herman on the mound for the Cowboys. Laurel squares around, lays down a bunt, and it's going to go foul down third base side. So there's going to be no balls and 1 strike on Laurel. Herman with the windup and the pitch. Laurel scores around, fouls it back, brings the count to no balls and 2 strikes. Herman with the pitch, curveball, high for ball 1. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Laurel. The pitch. Strike 3 and out number 1. And up next is the pitcher number 4, Rudy Vergara.
Next up, number 4, Rudy Vergara.
The pitch from Herman. Low for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes on Vergara. The pitch. Curveball. In there for strike 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike on the batter with a 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. The pitch, curveball, inside for ball 2. Curveball high for 3 balls and 1 strike on the batter. The pitch from Herman. And Vergara will draw the walk and make his way towards first. And up next is the catcher, number 13, Chase Moore. So Chase Moore at the plate for the Badgers. The pitch, low for ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes on Moore, with Vergara on first for the Badgers. The pitch, Moore swings and fouls it back off the net. Brings the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. And Herman picks off Vergara at first. For out number 2, as Chase Moore remains at the plate with the count of 1 ball and 1 strike. Herman with the windup and the pitch. And Moore hits it deep to center for a single. And up next is the second baseman, number 9, Jorge Presa. So Presa now at the plate for the Badgers. With Moore on first. Herman on the mound for the Cowboys. The pitch, low for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. And a hit deep to left over the head of Nita. And Moore making his turn towards home. And the Badgers will get on the board. And an RBI double from Jorge Presa. And up next is number 8, Jaden Guardian. Harmon with the pitch. Gets off the glove of Xavi. And Presa will advance to third.
Up now, number 8, Jaden Guardiano.
And Guardian at the plate with 1 ball and no strikes. Herman with the windup in the pitch. High for ball 2. The pitch from Herman. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Two or three there. Balls.
The pitch, curveball in there for strike 2. So deuces across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. On the batter with the runner on third. Herman with the pitch. Low and outside for ball 3. Brings the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Full count.
The pitch from Herman, curveball, just misses for ball 4. So runners are now on the corners for the Badgers. And up next is the center fielder number 14, Santana Gonzalez.
Brings up number 14, Santana Gonzalez.
The pitch from Herman, Gonzalez swings and fouls it back into the net. Brings the count to no balls and 1 strike. So no balls and 1 strike on Gonzalez with 2 outs with runners on the corners for the Badgers. The pitch from Herman. Gonzalez hits it. Fielded by Garcia at second. Fires it over to Puente at first base for out number 3. As we head to the bottom of the third, Cowboys lead 6-1. New pitcher on the mound for the Badgers is number 13, Chase Moore. And moving behind the plate is number 9, Jorge Presa. And leading the inning off for the Cowboys is second baseman number 2, J.J. Garcia. Followed by Rain Redden and Dalen Gonzalez. As we get ready to start the bottom of the third, Cowboys leading 6-1. Here in game 2 as the Cowboys won game 1, 11-2. Once again, leading off the inning for the Cowboys, the second baseman, number 2, J.J. Garcia.
Leading off number 2, J.J. Garcia.
First pitch from Moore. Inside for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes on Garcia. Outside for ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes on J.J. Garcia. The pitch caught the outside corner for strike 1. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Garcia. Low for ball 3. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Wind up in the pitch. Garcia hits it, fielded by the third baseman who fires it over to first. Bobbled, and Garcia will be safe at first. And up next is the third baseman, number 4, Rain Redden.
Next up, number 4, Rain Redden.
First pitch. Redden hits it deep to left. And it gets by the left fielder. So Garcia is being waved in. And Garcia will come in and score. And Redden's going to stretch it out to third base for an RBI triple for Rain Redden. And up next is the designated hitter, number 8, Dalen Gonzalez. With Redden on third.
Next up, number 8, Dalen Gonzalez.
The pitch from Moore. And Gonzalez is going to get hit by the pitch. And up next is the right fielder, number 1, Marcus Hernandez. So Redden on third, Gonzalez on first, Marcus Hernandez at the plate. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike on Hernandez. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. And Gonzalez will advance to second on the steal. So no balls and 2 strikes on Marcus Hernandez with runners on second and third for the Cowboys. Redden on third, Gonzalez on second. Swing and miss for strike 3 and out number 1. And up next is the left fielder, number 5, Aiden Nita.
Hernandez goes down swinging. I think it's number 5, Aiden Nira.
The pitch in there for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike on Nita. With Redden on third, Gonzalez on second. With 1 out. The pitch caught the inside corner with the curveball for strike 2. Moore with the windup in the pitch. Low and outside for ball 1. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Nita. The pitch low for ball 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes on Aiden Nita with Rain Redden on third. Dalen Gonzalez on second. With 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Cowboys leading 7-1. Game 2. The pitch. Nita hits it up the middle. And Nita will beat out the throw at first. And Redden will come in and score. So once again, the Cowboys have runners on the corners. And we're back to the top of the lineup for the Cowboys. Number 13, the center fielder, Dante Diaz, now at the plate. So Dalen Gonzalez is standing at third. Aiden Nita on first base. And Dante Diaz now at the plate for the Cowboys with Chase Moore on the mound for the Badgers.
Cowboys number 13, Dante Diaz.
With 1 out here in the bottom of the third. The pitch outside for ball 1. And Nita will advance to second on the steal. Moore with the pitch inside for ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes on Diaz. The pitch in there for strike 1. So 2 balls and 1 strike on the batter with runners on second and third. The pitch. Diaz swings and pops it up at the infield. The third baseman and the shortstop miscommunication as the ball drops foul. So it's going to bring the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes on Dante Diaz. Diaz smacks it deep to right, over the head of the right fielder, and Dalen Gonzalez will come in to score. Aiden Nita will come in to score. Dante Diaz will stretch it out for an inside the park home run. And the Cowboys now lead 11-1 over the Badgers off the 3-run inside the park home run by Dante Diaz. And up next is the pitcher, number 22, Leighton Herman. Moore delivers a pitch in there for strike 1.
Next up, number 22, Leighton Herman.
So no balls and 1 strike on Leighton Herman. The pitch caught the outside corner for strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Herman swings, pops it up. And the center fielder comes in, and miscommunication with the shortstop. And the center fielder is going to drop in for a double for Leighton Herman. And number 21, Cade Henry, will check in the courtesy run for Herman at second base.
Brings up number 11, Will Chavez.
And up next is the catcher, number 11, Will Chavez. The pitch from Moore, high for ball one. So Henry on second, Chavez at the plate. The pitch, and hit up right up the middle to center field by Will Chavez, and Henry's going to come in and score. And Chavez going to advance to second, making his way towards third. And Will Chavez will hold up at third base on the RBI as Cade Henry comes in to score. And up next is the shortstop, number 3, Eusebio Tapia. As number 10, Cannon Zachary, will check in to courtesy run for Will Chavez at third base.
Courtesy running number 10, Connor Zachary.
Now head coach Gilbert Garcia will come in and speak to his infield, with Cannon Zachary checking in at third base for Will Chavez. Cowboys have scored 6 runs here in the bottom of the third, and have now lead 12-1 over the Bruni Badgers, as the Cowboys won game 1 11-2, and this is game 2 of the best of 3 series. The winner will advance to the regional semifinals to face the winner of the Moulton Pettit series.
Next up, bat number 3, Eusebio Tapia.
And back to play we go, with Eusebio Tapia now at the plate. And the first pitch is a called strike. So no balls and 1 strike on Tapia. The pitch, Tapia swings and pops it up. And the left field and the center field. And the catch is made by the center fielder, Gonzalez, who fires it in home. And Zachary will come in and score on the tag up. And the Cowboys now lead 13-1, with J.J. Garcia now at the plate for the Cowboys.
Brings up number 2, J.J. Garcia.
The pitch in there for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike on Garcia. Pitch is low for ball 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike on Garcia, with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Cowboys leading 13-1, as they have scored 7 runs here in the bottom of the third. Chase Moore on the mound for the Badgers. The pitch caught the outside corner for strike 2. The pitch. And it's a call, strike 3, as we head to the top of the 4th. Cowboys lead 13-1. You're watching the Hennis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back. Back out on the mound for the Cowboys, number 22, Leighton Herman. And leading off the inning for the Badgers is the first baseman, number 15, Esteban Chapa. Herman with the windup in the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike one. The pitch from Herman. Swing and a miss for strike two. So no balls and 2 strikes on Chapa. The pitch from Herman. Curveball in there for a called strike 3 and out number 1. And up next is number 3, Daniel Cepeda.
Chapa's called out strikes. Brings up number 3, Daniel Zapata. Zapata, sorry.
Herman with the windup in the pitch. In there for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike on Cepeda. The pitch from Herman. Swing and a miss for strike 2. The pitch from Herman. Curveball high for ball 1. So 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Herman with the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3 and out number 2.
Zapata goes down swinging and brings up number 24.
And up next is the designated hitter, number 24, Crispin Castillo. The pitch high and inside for ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes on Castillo. The pitch from Herman. In there for strike 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch from Herman. Swing and a miss for strike 2. A pitch from Herman. And Herman will hit the batter, Castillo. As Castillo will make his way towards first on the hit by pitch. And up next is number 7, Jaime Laurel. Castillo with the big size lead on first. The pitch from Herman. Laurel scores around, tries to lay down a bunt, fouls it into the Badger dugout. So no balls and 1 strike on Laurel. And Herman from the stretch. There's a pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Shelby fires it down to second. And he is out, caught stealing. So Will Shelby throws out the runner at second. As we head to the bottom of the 4th, Cowboys lead 13-1. Leading off the inning for the Cowboys is the third baseman, number 4, Rain Redden, with Chase Moore remaining on the mound for the Badgers.
Number 4, Rain Redden.
First pitch is high for ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes on Redden. Redden swings and fouls it back into the net. Brings the count to 1 ball and 1 strike.
Pitching out for the Badgers, number 13, Chase Moore.
The pitch. Redden hits it. Fielded by the shortstop. Fires it over to first. And they're going to get Redden out in time for out number 1. And pinch hitting for the Cowboys is number 24, Tanner Stubing.
Next up, number 24, Tanner Stubing.
First pitch from Moore is high for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes on Stubing. The pitch in there for strike 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike on the batter, Tanner Stubing. The pitch. Stubing swings and fouls it back into the net. Brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Curveball in there for strike 3 and out number 2. And now up to bat is number 18, Aaron Chapman. First pitch outside for ball 1. The pitch low for ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch low for ball 3. So 3 balls and no strikes on Aaron Chapman. The pitch, ball 4. And Chapman draws the walk. And up next is number 30, Jonathan Flores.
Chapman draws the walk. Now coming at bat, number 30, Jonathan Flores.
The pitch, Flores hits it. Chops it down third base, and he's going to reach first safely on the infield single by Jonathan Flores. And Chapman will advance to second. And now pinch hitting for Dante Diaz. Here's number 32, Jackson Cross.
Now batting number 32, Jackson Cross.
First pitch, Cross hits it, and it's going to drop in front of the center fielder. And Aaron Chapman will come in and score on the RBI single by Jackson Cross. Jonathan Flores is standing on second. Jackson Cross at first base. And now coming to the plate is Wyatt Schlort. First pitch in there for strike one. The pitch caught the outside corner for strike two. The pitch caught the outside corner for strike three. So we head to the top of the fifth. Cowboys lead 14-1. You're watching the Hennis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Leading off the inning for the Badgers is number 15, Esteban Chapa. Leighton Herman delivers the first pitch, and it's hit, and it's going to land in right field. Excuse me, the leadoff batter for the Badgers was number 17, Nicholas Reina, who led off with a single to right. And up next to bat is number 4, Rudy Vergara. As number 7, Jaime Loro will come in courtesy run for Reina at first base.
Number 7, Jaime Loro. Next up, number 4, Rudy Vergara.
A pitch from Herman. Vergara hits it, fielded by Tapia short, bobbles it, and both runners will be safe on first and second for the Badgers. And up next is number 13, Chase Moore.
Next up, number 13, Chase Moore.
A pitch from Herman, hit deep to center, and the catch is made by Dante Diaz for out number 1.
More of a line drive into center field, caught by Diaz.
And up next is number 9, Jorge Presa.
Next up, number 9, Ryan. Preza.
The pitch from Herman, swing and a miss for strike 1. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. And Herman checks the runner, tries to pick him off. The ball makes his way into center field. And Diaz will fire it at home, play at the plate. Xavi blocks it, gets by him. And a run will come in and score. As Laurel will come in and score for the Badgers. The pitch from Herman, swung on and fouled back. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes on Presa, with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3 and out number 2.
Presa goes down swing and brings up number 8, Jaden Guardian.
First pitch, low for ball 1. On number 8, Jaden Guardian at the plate for the Badgers. Runner on second. And Herman's going to try to pick him off once again as the ball gets by. Makes his way into the outfield as Diaz fires it over to third to Redden. So 1 ball and no strikes on Guardian. The pitch from Herman, swing and a miss for strike 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike on the batter. The pitch from Herman, swing and a miss for strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Guardian, the runner on third. Herman with the pitch, high for ball 2. So deuces across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Cowboys leading 14-2 here in the top of the 5th. Leighton Herman on the mound for the Cowboys. Guardian at the plate. The pitch, caught the inside corner for strike 3. And that is the ball game as your Cowboys are victorious and win the series 2-0 over the Bruni Badgers as they won game 1 11-2. They win game 2 14-2. And congratulations to Todd Kraft and Troy Langfield and the Dehennis Cowboys as they are regional quarterfinal champions. They'll be advancing to the regional semifinals to face the winner of Moulton and Pettis. Whenever we find out the details, we'll post it and share it. So till next time, good night and God bless.